Okay guys, so I'm super excited to be talking to you about this little rig that we have here in today's video.
No, Sean, that's the wrong one.
Not this one.
No, Sean, that's a gimbal on a shoulder rig.
I know that this is a gimbal on a shoulder rig. That's why I was so excited to talk about it. It also has 4 monitors.
Yes, but
and
Sean,
2 lights.
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about it today.
Not
We're supposed to be talking about the phone, remember?
this one.
Yes, that one.
So not
No,
okay.
put it away.
So
Sean, put it away.
okay. In today's video, we are talking about this, a phone. And we're going to show you guys how you can create proper YouTube videos with just your iPhone. Okay, which shot right here is the iPhone and which is my $5,000 pro camera setup. You see, there's a lot that you can do to these little devices to make them actually look really, really good. And if I only had one of these to create all of my YouTube videos, I wouldn't drop it, but I would tell you guys about how I would do that. Oh, and by the way, shot A was the iPhone, shot B was my A7S III. I know a lot of you guys could probably tell the difference, but it's not really a direct comparison. It's more to show you guys that you can actually get away with a lot on one of these and it still ended up looking really, really nice if you do it right. Okay, let's swap this over onto the iPhone. Boom, so now you guys are looking at the phone footage. And as you can see from this, in my opinion at least, it still looks really nice and you could definitely get away with shooting something like this. There's a lot of things that we need to know to make sure that we can make it look really nice. And I want to start off by saying the most important one in my opinion, and that is lighting. Because the iPhone is gonna shine when you have a lot of light shining. So it's really, really important, and it's also free if you're going to be doing it in a natural environment. Otherwise, if you want some little mini light setups or something small, it's also going to make a huge difference, and I'm going to cover that a little bit later on in this video. If you are serious about shooting videos on your mobile phone, my mobile course just launched. It's on discount and it takes you through everything that I know about mobile filmmaking. If you want to check it out, it's linked in the top of the description. Let's talk settings. I'm using the 13 Pro Max. Most iPhones offer a standard and a ProRes version. The ProRes being a higher color gamut and less compression with a much larger file size. They both can film in 4K at 24 frames per second. It also offers a cinematic mode to give off that shallow depth of field bokeh cine style shot, which is available in 1080p. I think the cinematic mode kind of replicates what I would get out of my pro camera and nice fast lenses most accurately, but I would recommend shooting in a slightly higher aperture around like 5.6 to avoid some of that like sketchy stuff that happens in your hair and for it to just look too fake. This is great in studio. Let's head outside and show you guys some footage there as well. So if you think about what we're actually trying to do, we're trying to replicate a professional cinematic look. And just the same as if we had a pro camera, we wouldn't just have a bare bones, we would add on some accessories. And we want to do the exact same thing for our mobile phones. So first and foremost, the most obvious thing you guys are going to want to do is grab one of these so that you can mount your phone onto other things. It gives it just that little 1/4-20 thread so that you can put it on things. And the next thing that you can put it on, and what I would recommend, is just a little mini tripod, something like this, so that you can actually set it up and get some shots of the things you want. This one is from Deity and it's a really nice little quality one with a nice ball head on top. Just something nice and lightweight is going to make a huge difference. The next thing is, once we are outside, we still want to be able to control that light that's coming from our natural environment, because we don't have the control of being here in the studio. And for that, my favorite accessory is one of these. So the way that these work is it uses the MagSafe on your iPhone just to lock it in and keep on the back of your phone, and you can basically add in whatever filters you want onto this thread that you now have on your phone. So this is from a company called B.way. They are the sponsor of today's video. This is an amazing little product, and you can get like ND filters to put on it. You can get mist filters to give it that nice soft look. You can also get all sort of creative ones like cross ones or linear line ones, all different strength NDs, and it makes it really easy to just have this filter on your phone for when you are shooting out in an environment where you can't really control the light and you want to keep that professional look. We're going to be shooting on these today. If you guys want to find out anything more about this whole set, that, it's all gonna be linked in the top of the description. If you guys are unsure about ND filters, we just wanna make sure that we can keep our shutter speed at double our frame rate, or 180-degree angle of shutter, so that we can maintain the correct amount of motion blur. Let's talk focal length. In my opinion, the best focal length hands down is the 1x lens. This is a 26mm lens. It looks most natural to me and really gives off like a nice pro look. You can also switch over onto the 0.5 lens. Remember that you don't get any image stabilization when using this lens from the iPhone, which can be an issue, but it is going to be wider. It also gives off this weird barrel distortion vibe, and if you start getting in the edges of your frames, it really starts to stretch out and look weird, with that like fisheye effect being at 13mm. The ×3, if you guys have a pro version, is 77mm if I'm not mistaken. I don't really like using this one. In my opinion, it looks like the footage really falls apart when you're in here and it doesn't look that great. I don't know if that's the case, and as far as I can see is it should be the same quality as the ×1 lens, but whenever I shoot something in it, it just kind of looks awful. So I generally stick to 1x for whenever I'm shooting anything. The stabilization on the iPhone is actually really impressive and really good if you are in that ×1 lens. But if you want to do any crazy action scenes running around and like really putting the stress onto that image stabilization, you might want to invest in some sort of smartphone gimbal. My favorite one right now is this Zion Smooth 5S. This is like a much more high-end gimbal for mobile phones. You can get cheaper ones, you can get 2-axis ones instead of the 3-axis, but if you guys are kind of looking for the cream of the crop, you want to be looking right here, and this is also going to be linked in the description. You can see on these two shots of the little dirt bike, this one is without any gimbal, and you can see it's really shaky and all over the place, even in that 1x, and then this is the same shot with that gimbal. The next thing I would look at is how to capture some sort of audio that isn't the audio coming straight out of the iPhone. So let's swap over onto the iPhone's audio right now, and you can see that when I'm sitting here in the studio, it's kind of usable. It's definitely not great, but as soon as you start getting outside and there's any sort of wind or anything like that, it's going to be completely unusable. So let's swap back over onto my external microphone. And what I would recommend for this, if you guys are going to be shooting some sort of like voices or sounds that you need for your videos, which most likely you are, you could get yourself just a little microphone like this. This one is from B.way, and it's a really high quality yet affordable microphone. You get the little adapter and you can plug it straight into your iPhone. Otherwise, if you guys want something else, and this is what I've found myself using quite a lot lately, is just this little Pocket TX wireless microphone system from B.way as well. You can put the one on your tripod where you have your iPhone. You can clip the other one on yourself. You have a little lav mic that it comes with, and that's going to ensure that you're getting super nice audio. You don't have to worry about the wind or have this like really garbage sounding audio that you're going to be getting straight out of your iPhone. Let's talk a little bit more about lighting, because at the end of the day, I think this is what is effectively going to make the hugest difference when it comes to actually shooting on your iPhone. So the sensor in your phone is really small. It's not going to do well in any form of low light, and giving it as much light as possible so that the ISO can be low is going to ensure that your footage can be the highest quality it can be coming out of your iPhone. In studio like this, that's no problem at all. I can have some nice lights set up if you guys have lights. If you don't, maybe stand in front of the window so it's giving a lot of light onto your face and making sure that the iPhone can capture you nicely, or invest in a couple of small lights, like you can invest in one of these lights from Zion Tech. Really nice and powerful and portable and still affordable. Otherwise, even just get yourself some really small lights like this one right here. You can just kind of fill it in so that it's not really dark. Let me get this absolutely ridiculous thing out of the way. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted to do like a shoulder rig shoot with the gimbal on the shoulder rig. Obviously not all these monitors and stuff, but whatever, different video. Oh my god. It's gonna take me another 20 minutes to take that down. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is to not underestimate the power of having a phone like this in your pocket. Just because it's a phone, it doesn't mean you can't capture beautiful videos on it, and you'll be surprised at some of the things that people are doing with just their mobile phones. I'm sure you've heard of the crazy things where people have shot feature films on iPhones, and obviously the phone is not a feature film style camera, but to shoot some YouTube videos, especially if you guys are just getting started, or if you're looking at making it look a lot more professional and legit, you can see with this you can still actually get away with a lot, especially once you start getting yourself some basic accessories just to build it out. Remember, if you guys want to learn so much more in depth about mobile filmmaking, my mobile filmmaking course is going to be linked in the top of the description. It's on discount for the launch, so go and check it out if you guys want to master mobile cinematography. Other than that, remember to check out the B.way device. This is really cool for any filters on your phone, and they come in all sorts of different models and colors. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna go film something with my shoulder rig gimbal. Just me running around like this. Wow.